Hi, my name's Stacey and I'm the creator and author of Wupahog. This is my first book. It's called Wendy and the Wupahog. I'm going to sit with you for a few moments and just go through my process, why I became a writer, why I moved from photography, and am I still going to be doing photography, and what is in store for my writing for 2026. First of all, I just want to apologise for the sound quality. Basically, my microphone is broken and I can't connect it. I need to look at another mic. If anyone has any ideas of a good, robust Bluetooth mic that I can get for an iPhone, then please comment, because it would be really, really helpful. Okay, so I have got a bit of a cough today, so unfortunately I might have to pause now and again to have a complete coughing fit, but this is reality. Okay, so my writing journey started when, I won't say journey because I've not written for a long time, but basically when I was in high school, there was an incident, and maybe I was around 14, where, I'm not going to go into the incident, but basically we had to write a statement for the police, and we give our statements in, they all got read and looked at. Mine came back, and as the police officer gave it to me, he said to me, "You should be a writer." And it's always stuck with me. And bearing in mind I'm like 41 now, that has always been in my mind. And then, you know, things happened and I didn't go down the route of writing. I went on a complete different tangent. Then I met my husband and had my kids, so I moved into photography, which I've always wanted to do, and I really enjoyed it. But because I really enjoyed it as a hobby, then when it became a job, I didn't enjoy it as much, because I felt like I was doing things for the money as such, instead of just for the enjoyment and the love of doing it. So I kind of wound that down a little bit. In fact, I probably wound it down a little bit too quick. I should have stuck with it a little bit longer. I still have all my gear, and I still do photographs for local companies and that kind of thing, but it's not my main focus. As I said, I didn't go into writing, which was, I think, the biggest mistake, because when I moved down south from Manchester up north, I'm now in Suffolk, I used to send my niece and nephew's birthday cards, and in the birthday cards on the blank side, I'd always write them a story, and the story was things to do with, like, let's say they were a hero or they were in a little battle with a villain, and it was always a really small, cute little one page little story. So the love for writing has always been there, and it was when I started falling out of love with photography. In fact, it was before I even started photography. When I moved down south, I went and got a massive book from Paper Chase, and I started writing my story ideas. That was like 12 years ago, and my story idea down. And then I moved into photography, and that book got just pushed under the bed and just kind of forgotten about, because I didn't really even have time to sit and write. Because obviously when you're looking after children, my kids are born relatively close together, so I couldn't process looking after them all day, and then my mind then needed to switch off at night and just relax instead of then trying to write. It is really difficult, and that's just the way I did it. I didn't want to look into it, I didn't want to touch it, so it got put under the bed and it got left. And then it was only then when I started falling out of love with photography, as I said, because it became a job as such, I thought, you know what, let me get that book out. And I got the book out, and the ideas that I had just reignited inside me, and I started writing a novel, and I started writing a children's fantasy novel. I don't read children's fantasy novels, so I don't know. Some people say you should do because you need to know the rules. I don't know the rules, and sorry, my cats. And I'm not willing to find the rules. I know it sounds bad, and I probably should do, but I want to make my own rules. So this children's fantasy novel is insane. It's so good. I'm at about 44,000 words at the moment, and I'm just editing some chapters just before I continue with the rest of my story. But in the meantime, whilst I'm doing that, and I can't focus on that 100% because I find it hard just sitting there and going, right, you've got to write this today. That doesn't work with me. Mine's a case of, oh my God, I've got an idea, I'm going to write it down and write it. And then it gets into the book somewhere. It will fit. So basically on the side of that, as I was creating this fantasy world, I created a character for it, and the character was Wupahog. And throughout creating all these different magical beings and characters and cute little things, when I created him, I thought, oh, he needs his own standalone little series, and he's the only one out of the whole book where I've gone, yes, you need your own platform, basically. So I went online and I searched out a local illustrator. I contacted them, we had a little chat, seemed to be on the same wavelength, everything was absolutely perfect, still is absolutely perfect, and they are currently my illustrator, Juniper Walker. I will link some of their work in the comment bit, but basically they're doing the second book for me at the moment, and we have agreed to do, have we agreed to do 5? 6, maybe 5 or 6, I can't remember, but I have written quite a few. So basically this is him, and this story, every story has an underlying theme. So this one is about judgment, and basically this is Wendy, and the story goes, Wupahog comes on the 8th of December and is trying to find a friend, and they come from the caves. The villagers like to trap them, and they don't, because they don't understand them, because they're different. Wendy decides one night, on this particular night, she's going to sneak out the house and she's going to find out for herself, should she be listening to the villagers, or should she be, you know, making her own mind up, basically, and not follow him. And that is what it is. The work that has gone into it, this here, for all the Wupahogs in a world full of villagers. So for all the children or people that are misunderstood in a world full of people that are judgmental, basically. That's what it stands for. The illustrations are absolutely off the charts cute. I even included a small picture of my children in there. We have the dog, paper on the floor, the 8th of December is circled. Little things, the little villagers having a chat. That's what they presume it looks like, because they're so up in their own head thinking about it. And yeah, and then even things like my daughter's favourite teddy is a shark. She's obsessed with sharks, so we have that in there. This is self-published, by the way. I haven't got an agent, and I haven't gone through a publisher. I've gone through Amazon KDP. For me personally, I'm finding it good. I like Amazon KDP, the simplicity of it. I would like an agent at some point, but I feel that maybe because I've already self-published, some people will stay away from me. That's fine. If that's how it plays out, that's how it plays out. I'm happy. My work and Juniper's work speak for itself. It's absolutely fantastic. The second one is due out in January. I will leave a link to the Amazon as well if you want to have a look. This will be the amazon.co.uk. If you are in another country, which it has sold in other countries before, and you want to buy it, you'll have to search your own Amazon. But so for 2026, this is what's coming out. A few more of those. My novel will, fingers crossed, the first draft will be finished in 2026. And I will be sending that off to agents, because for me, that's going to be bigger than what I am and what I can take care of myself. I can take care of this myself and do this. That's completely fine. We would eventually as well like a plushie toy and maybe some pyjamas made of him. We'll see. That is something I really would like to do. So yeah, but as of photography, I still do it for local companies, friends and family. So that is always there in the pipeline. But my main focus for 2026 is to get a few more of these out. The next one isn't Wendy, it's a different character. The Christmas one though, I've got one coming for Christmas. It is so good. Look at, blow my own trumpet. But do you know what, to be fair, I think you've got to. It is so good. I absolutely am obsessed with it. So yeah, please keep your eye out for this, or if you have an early reader or a child that really enjoys the simplicity of reading, then these are relatively easy words. There's nothing too too big in there for them, then yeah, please have a little look online and keep your eye out for any more information on my page regarding my novel, which fingers crossed will be out maybe next year or the year after, but will be finished soon. Pray for me. Thank you for sticking with me, and thank you for listening to me ramble on. I wish you all a wonderful day. Stay safe and take care.